Barbecue and diabetes, how to grill with confidence. Embrace the longer days and warming weather with outdoor gatherings, guys, and the joy of barbecues. Who doesn't love to go to a barbecue in the summer? So for those managing diabetes, you might wonder, can I enjoy barbecue or grilling while sticking to my healthy meal plan? The answer is a resounding yes, folks. With a little preparation, all it takes is to balance diabetes management and barbecue joy. So delight in the summer season with vibrant outdoor parties, whether you're managing diabetes or hosting loved ones with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. Unlock my valuable blood sugar control tips along with a handy glycemic index chart of popular American grill foods, condiments, and drinks that you can download in the description, guys. So I put together a little chart for you guys. I compiled the information and you can download it, print it out, or download it on your phone. So when you're out at a barbecue, cookout, or grilling, you guys can refer to that and it'll help you kind of stay on track with your blood sugar. So learn how to effortlessly orchestrate a diabetes-friendly barbecue that's enjoyable for everyone, or cookout, or grill, whatever you guys want to call it. Different places in the world call it something different. Carne asada, whatever they want to call it. So, by the way, you can download the PDF document, like I just mentioned, free, of course, of this very useful GI chart for the most popular grill foods and condiments to help you stay on track while enjoying the grilling season all year round, guys. So that means in the wintertime, a lot of us like to grill inside now in the wintertime. I'm not talking about with gas grills, I'm talking about with the electric grills. So I'll place the document in the video description so you guys can just click on it and download it for free, guys. So who am I? My name is Mr. A1C. Although I do have a medical background, this is not a medical channel, guys. This channel shares my diabetic journey and how I was able to reverse my diabetes diagnosis using common sense with trial and error, so you don't have to make the same mistakes as I have, and hopefully you'll be able to reverse your diabetes diagnosis as well. So barbecue and grilling tips for diabetes, or for diabetics, for us. So in preparation for outdoor barbecue events, strategic planning serves as an excellent approach to relish precious moments with family and friends, guys, while effectively managing your blood sugar levels if you have diabetes. So here are some helpful suggestions to ensure a successful and diabetes-friendly barbecue season. So let's start off by talking about blood sugar, because if you haven't watched my other videos, this might be the first time you've watched the video. So we'll just go into some basics here. So blood sugar refers to the amount of glucose in the blood. For individuals without diabetes, a fasting blood sugar level should fall within the 70 to 110 milligrams per deciliter range. Post-meal, which is also called postprandial, specifically 90 minutes after eating, the blood sugar should be below 140 milligrams per deciliter. Exceeding 110 milligrams per deciliter, which if you're a diabetic you already know, while fasting indicates hyperglycemia, while a level below 60 milligrams per deciliter signifies or means hypoglycemia. So hyperglycemia is above 110 and hypoglycemia is below 60. Okay, so 60 and below. So the choice of meat, grilled foods, and corn on the cob with diabetes, especially if you're barbecuing, right? Everybody likes this. This is the common thing that we love, right? Well, there's some caveats with that. Grilling food is often the focus of many standard barbecues. So if you have type 2 diabetes, it's recommended to choose lean meats like grilled chicken, turkey breast, or a fish. And even, you can use steak and pork and things like that, as long as it's lean. There are also delightful veggie options or vegetable options like corn on the cob, eggplant, or zucchini that can be grilled with those with type 1 diabetes. Even type 2 you can do it, but type 2 you might want to stay away from the corn on the cob. Although if you understand how a glycemic load works versus the glycemic index, you can have corn on the cob. And if you don't know, you're going to have to watch some of my videos to learn that. I mean, I talk about all this stuff in my videos all the time. So it's helpful to request a grill or smoker operator, so whoever the grill master is for that day, whoever's grilling, whoever's on the grill, to prepare your meat or vegetables without sauce, allowing you to add the appropriate amount yourself to manage your carb intake. Homemade barbecue sauce, while really flavorful, may contain added sugars and ingredients like honey, soda, or molasses, right? So people put soda, Coca-Cola, they put that in barbecue sauce all the time. So, and of course, Coca-Cola or your typical soda has sugar in it. So if you have diabetes, you might want to follow a specific diet such as low carb, gluten-free diet, which can assist in regulating blood sugar levels and reducing insulin needs. Some individuals, by the way, with diabetes may also have gluten intolerances, so that's something to be aware of. If you do, Just be aware. So the low carb kind of dieting, right? Low carb is a diet that limits carbohydrate intake, typically between 100 grams per day. This involves reducing or eliminating sugars, including those that release energy slowly. So this diet can aid in a quick weight loss and is sometimes preferred by people with type 1 diabetes, as it can reduce the need for insulin due to the minimal carbohydrate consumption. The Atkins and ketogenic diets are popular diets and great examples of low carb diets as well, guys. So there are different things to do. Your doctor tells you, stay away from the carbs. Well, I don't say stay away from, your body needs the carbs. So I would say go lower carb, and not all carbs are created equal, right? You're going to want to prioritize complex carbohydrates over simpler carbohydrates. And if you don't know what those are, I got plenty of videos that talk about that. So take a look at my other videos, guys. So hydration is another factor when it comes to barbecuing or cooking out or grilling, especially when there's heat, when it's hot outside. So barbecue season coincides with warm weather, guys. So for diabetes management, choose water, sparkling water, or unsweetened iced tea over soda. This choice will help monitor blood glucose levels more effectively, preventing both hypoglycemia, which is 60 and below milligrams per deciliter, and hyperglycemia, which is above 110 milligrams per deciliter. So I didn't forget about you guys that like alcohol. So when we're out at barbecues, everybody wants to have a beer. Alcohol can affect blood sugar management in type 1 diabetes, increasing the risk of hypoglycemia and interfering with the liver's glucose regulation. This also applies to type 2 diabetes. I know we're always trying to keep our blood sugar down, but alcohol, if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, can lower your blood sugar to dangerous levels. So you have to pay attention. Consuming alcohol with food in the stomach can help slow down the alcohol absorption. And something you should know about alcohol is the liver prioritizes alcohol above everything else. So that's why it's so dangerous. So if you drink alcohol, even if you're eating or anything like that, yes, it does slow it down, but the liver is going to prioritize the processing of the alcohol, meaning your blood sugar may drop. So be very careful, especially if it's warm outside. It's important to track your alcohol intake. Avoid drinking on an empty stomach because it'll be worse, right? And keep snacks and have treatments handy if your blood sugar drops too low. So that means, when I say treatments, it could be, orange juice, some kind of fruit juice. Alcohol should be consumed in moderation, and it's recommended to keep insulin doses in check, as alcohol can affect insulin efficiency as well. So insulin is another thing you want to check out. So when going out, it's wise to inform someone about your type 1 diabetes and to be aware of hypoglycemia symptoms, which can be confused with drunkenness. So if you let someone know that you're a type 1 diabetic and what some of the symptoms are of hypoglycemia, they'll know if there's a medical emergency. Always test blood sugar before sleeping, after consuming alcohol, to prevent morning hypoglycemia, and stay hydrated to reduce the effects of dehydration. So if you're finding value in my channel and videos, please subscribe to this channel, comment on the video, share it with someone that needs the help with their blood sugar, someone that needs help controlling their blood sugar. Don't forget to participate in the community area on my channel as well, so we can all get to know each other. Bring your own carbs. So here's another option. Bring your own carbs, your low carb homemade dish to the barbecue. Why not, right? Usually when there's a barbecue, everybody brings something anyway, right? So that way you know exactly what you're eating. Bring a homemade dish to the barbecue. Your favorite diabetes-friendly recipes like barbecue sauce, baked beans, or a low GI Greek salad are also great choices, guys. Plus, it's easy to keep track of what's going on in your meal. And like we say in all of the videos, moderation is the key. I apologize, guys. That's my dog making all this noise, so she's rolling around acting weird. So let's get back on topic. Moderation is the key. Summer barbecues often have a variety of foods available throughout the day to munch on. For people with diabetes, it's important to monitor your intake to avoid excessive blood sugar spikes. So people like us, you got to monitor your intake. I do it myself. I don't just give you guys this information. I'm sharing my journey with you and how I go about doing things. So opting for a smaller serving and avoiding high glycemic foods such as coleslaw or watermelon can help manage this. Now there are caveats with everything, right? Coleslaw and watermelon. I eat coleslaw and I eat watermelon. I don't avoid it, but I do understand how the glycemic load works. And I do know that I can eat this food and not worry about anything. So if you don't know what the glycemic load is, I've got videos on that discussing that as well. It's when you have different types of foods together that are better for you on the glycemic scale. So they're 50 and below or 55 below, and you have something a little bit higher, let's say a watermelon, which is 70 something, I believe. and it kind of offsets the effect, the blood sugar effect, the spike. So that's what a glycemic load is in short, but you might want to look at my other videos to really understand if this does make sense to you. Additionally, the placement of food can influence eating habits, of course, right? We all know that, right? Positioning yourself near healthier options like a vegetable platter with hummus or guacamole can help reduce the temptation to snack on less healthy choices such as foods with mayonnaise and barbecue sauce or ketchup. So, glycemic index, or the GI scale, and carbs for most common American barbecue foods. If you're managing diabetes and planning to attend a barbecue, it's beneficial to understand the carbohydrate content or glycemic index of your typical barbecue foods and drinks. I mean, obviously I didn't cover everything here. I covered the most common things. This knowledge can help prevent significant fluctuations in your blood sugar levels. So I've compiled a useful list for grilling with diabetes, which includes foods with a low glycemic index, which is 55 or below, as well as the medium foods, which are 56 to 69, and of course your high glycemic index foods, which you want to stay away from for sure, which are 70 and above. And these are all, approximations or averages. So please check the food labels for nutritional information. Don't just believe everything I'm telling you, because I'm giving you food here. You really need to look at that particular manufacturer's food and product and the ingredients and, the nutrition information on it. So some of these foods on this chart that I'm going to give you guys is going to be this. We're going to talk about ketchup. I bet as a diabetic you don't even think about ketchup. Mustard, mayo, barbecue sauce. I don't think about it. Do you think about it? No, because we're like, it's too small, right? But there's sugar in some of this stuff. So the burger itself, the naked burger versus the burger with the bun. How much should you eat? What's the carbohydrate content of that? And where on a glycemic index does it lie? Is it low, medium, high? And is that going to work for you? Barbecue ribs, guys. We love barbecue ribs, right? Hot dogs, beef brisket, barbecue pork with sauce. This is all the stuff I'm giving you guys. I put a chart together just for you guys so you can download it in the description section. Barbecue pork with sauce, grilled chicken with soy marinade, right? Potato salad, which is usually a no-no for us diabetics. But one thing I'll tell you about potatoes that you should understand is potato can be a resistant starch. That's something else that we've talked about, resistant starches. So normally we as diabetics can't have potatoes, especially for type 2. Type 1s can probably get away with it. But if the potato's refrigerated first, the potato salad, if it's, let's say, refrigerated for a couple hours, then the starch, the molecules change. It becomes a resistant starch. So it's harder for your body to digest a resistant starch. So in terms of a blood sugar spike, your blood sugar doesn't spike with a resistant starch. It goes gradually up, levels off, and then it drops down the way it should. It doesn't do this. If you eat regular potatoes, let's say baked potatoes or something like that, your blood sugar is going to do this. This is not what you want. So that's why I added potato salad on the list, because it's common. Every time you go to a cookout, a barbecue, or you're grilling, people like potato salad. Fries. Fries for me is a no-go, but I put it on here anyway because that's something common you see as well. Grilled corn on the cob. Now, corn on the cob we know is a no-go for a type 2 diabetic, but I put it on here because the glycemic load does matter. When you combine it with other foods, corn on the cob can be perfectly fine for you as long as you eat it in moderation. Homemade baked beans. Watermelon. Like we said, watermelon's a little high on a glycemic index, but it'll work. Grilled raw pineapples. Did you know pineapples are actually good on a glycemic index for you? You might think it's high, but it's not. Beer, of course, that we just talked about alcohol, so beer. And Coca-Cola. So the most common things that we normally have at a cookout or a barbecue is what I listed here. And I put all this together for you guys in the description section. Just click on the link, download it onto your phones or print it out, and you have it. So if it's on your phone, you can always keep it there. And when you go to a cookout or a barbecue or you're grilling, just pull it up. It's a PDF file. Just pull it up, take a look, say, am I on track for what he's saying? And is this going to work for me? And give me your feedback. I would love to know how you guys did with that chart. So let's talk about some FAQs, frequently asked questions. How to manage carb intake at a barbecue? Question mark. Managing carb intake at a barbecue can be achieved by choosing lean meats and vegetables, asking the griller or your grill master or whoever is cooking to prepare your food without sauce and adding it yourself. Be mindful of carb-heavy sides and opt for smaller servings. So everything's got to be in moderation, guys. You can also bring a carb-counted homemade dish to ensure that you know the nutritional value. We just covered that. Stay hydrated by limiting the amount of alcohol and choosing water or unsweetened drinks instead. How can I manage my blood sugar at a barbecue? Managing blood sugar at barbecues involves planning ahead. Planning is the key. Choose lean meats and grilled vegetables and ask for sauces on the side so you have control of what's going in your food. Stay hydrated by limiting alcohol and opting for water or sugar-free drinks. Bring a carb-counted homemade dish and eat in moderation. Do you guys see a trend here? I keep repeating certain things over and over. How about you opt for a smaller serving and avoid the higher GI foods or the foods that are higher on the glycemic index that are above 55? What foods have a low glycemic index for barbecues? Foods with a low glycemic index 55 or less for barbecues include lean meats, grilled vegetables, and sugar-free drinks. Medium glycemic index food or medium GI foods, which are 56 to 69 on the scale, includes whole grains, while high GI foods, which are 70 or more, include white bread, potatoes like we talked about, guys, not the resistant potatoes, but just regular potatoes, and the sugary drinks. So always check food labels for nutrition information, because this information I'm giving you is very generic. It's spot on, but it's generic, and I don't know, what brand you're buying and how what ingredients they're putting in there and what it looks like. So always check the food labels, not the front of the package, the back of the package with the ingredients. So here's another question. What are low GI vegetables for grilling? And that's a good question. Non-starchy vegetables like corn on the cob, eggplant, and zucchini are examples of low GI vegetables suitable for grilling. And you're going to say, well, Mr. A1C, I thought you said, corn on the cob is not that great for you, but you can have it. It's not. You can't eat it all the time. You have to eat it in moderation and eat it with other foods that will offset the blood sugar spike effects that you're going to get from eating that corn. So now that you've acquired valuable knowledge, guys, about how to enjoy a diabetes-friendly barbecue, it's time to get your grill ready for action, right? I'm going to be grilling today, by the way, probably in a little while. So prepare yourself for a delightful outdoor experience that allows you to relish grilled dishes while keeping your health in check. Familiarize yourself with suitable meat options such as lean cuts and explore a variety of vegetables that can be cooked on the grill. Don't forget to pay attention to the glycemic index on the food that you're consuming, guys. It's really easy to lose track of what you're eating at a barbecue because there's a lot of food, as this will help you maintain balanced blood glucose levels during the event. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your next barbecue gathering will be both enjoyable and beneficial for your health as a diabetic. So that's all I got for you guys. Of course, my sources are going to be listed in the description as well. But don't forget, I put that chart together for you guys to help you when you're at your next barbecue or your cookout or you're grilling yourself. So you can pull it up on your phone and you can see for yourself what's going to work and what's not going to work for you as a diabetic. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you on the next one.